welcome to another Looney Tunes review video. If this is your first time on the channel, consider subscribing as it helps out the channel, and give this video a like if you do like it. So this is a review for Little Orphan Airedale, released on the 4th of October 1947, with a blue ribbon reissue on the 4th of August 1956. It's the 505th in the series, and it's directed by Chuck Jones. At the moment, because I can't show you the cartoon due to copyright, your best chance to watch it is on HBO Max. And because I can't show you the cartoon, here's a brief synopsis for you. So a dog escapes the dog pound and seeks refuge in a car where he sees Charlie Dog, who explains why having a master is the best thing ever, and we see his attempts to win over Porky to be his master.
Going.
Now, with me today is my fellow Pooch, Blue Genocide. Say hi.
He'd like to use the other word, but the YouTube analytics won't allow him.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got a few things to chat about with this one. I'll just run through some trivia, with the most important one I'll leave last. Now, first of all, the title is a reference to Little Orphan Annie. Should be pretty straightforward, but there it is. There is a caricature of Mel Blanc featured. And, Chuck Jones has said as much that before he started his animation career, he did a lot of caricatures, so it's a nice little touch there, I think. Now, this is also the first appearance of Charlie Dog in the first of 5 cartoons, though there are a few cartoons here and there where we've seen some similar designs to Charlie, but for the most part, strictly speaking, 5 cartoons with Charlie Dog. But the most important point I wanted to point out, that's why I got blue here, is that this is actually a reworking of Bob Clampett's cartoon, Porky's Pooch, which had a very similar idea about a dog just harassing Porky to be his master. It's just eerily the same. So, first up, what do you think of the whole situation?
Well, it's no secret that, especially during the later years, Jones had a thing against Clampett. For somebody like that, you wouldn't think that they would rip him off like twice, because this cartoon is almost exactly like Awful Orphan, which came out, I think, 2 years later. And honestly, I feel like this version is kind of sandwiched between 2 better cartoons.
That's not too bad, this cartoon.
I don't think it's bad, but I think that the other 2 are better, especially considering that Porky's Pooch predates this one by about 6 years.
Yeah, just about. I will say this about Porky's Pooch. That one had the interesting idea, instead of having drawn backgrounds, it actually used photos in a lot of those shots, and of course Clampett inserts a lot of his really wonderful, wacky animation and whatnot, whereas this one, it's just a different approach, with Chuck Jones having different sensibilities, of course. But I quite like this one. I mean, do I think this one's better than Porky's Pooch? I don't know. It's kind of like comparing 2 ice creams that I like. I guess it depends on my mood, but...
Well, I think that it'd be safe to say that Awful Orphan is better than both of them, especially since that's the one that Warner always puts out.
Yeah, that for sure. And of course, on this channel, we're going to cover all the Charlie Dog shorts. I mean, we'll eventually get to them. This one's actually not my favorite Charlie Dog short, but because I haven't seen all of them, I want to reserve my judgment until I actually see all 5 of them, which will be coming up later. Now, there's a few jokes in here that I thought were great. I like that Mother wasn't home.
I wouldn't stay in this house another minute. I'm going home to Mother. Mother wasn't home.
That got to be...
Yeah, that joke reminded me a lot of Hair Tonic, where Bugs comes back and there's a quarantine sign on the door.
Yes. But there's one joke that might actually go over the heads of a lot of people, because I guess at the time, due to censorship, they have to be a little bit clever about it.
It's not good for me to be roughly handled. The way I am.
What do you mean, the way you are?
Well,
No.
And then all of a sudden goes, "Oh, I didn't get your name. Oh, it's Charlie." Charlie, and then
Yeah.
that's clearly a sly reference to pregnancy. Although weirdly enough, Charlie can be a girl's name. I mean, I actually do have a girl cat named Charlie. Funnily enough, that's just a weird little bit of trivia. But what did you think of that pregnancy joke?
It took me a second to catch what was going on, but yeah, it's about as 40s of a pregnancy joke as you can get.
Hmm.
The most sadistic joke in this whole cartoon is that Porky, who does something much eviler than anything he's done ever since or before, and he actually sends a character to Australia.
Uh-oh.
That is just awful. Who would
Ah.
want to be in Australia?
I don't know, man. Mate, I don't know who'd want to be Australian. You know, I have no idea why. But I'll tell you what, I do get a kick out of Mel Blanc doing an Aussie accent.
are you there, Nipper? Oh, the places I've been, the things I've seen. Cool. Most extraordinary animals you've ever seen.
You know, I see this as something similar to him doing his different accents, like in American accents, you know, New Jersey or Bronx or whatever, Texan, in that it's never going to be 100%, but it's so close you just go with it. Like he'll say a few phrases that we wouldn't really
Yeah.
say here, but you know what? It works so well.
Well,
It's so funny.
That isn't a knife. This is a knife.
Wow, you could really pass as an Aussie, you know. If you come here, you'll blend right in, you know.
Oh
You
yeah,
can blend right
yeah,
in.
sure.
I mean, just like I can blend in as a Canadian, eh? Let's watch some hockey and eat some maple bacon, eh?
What is with you?
And maple bacon, I don't know, man.
I have never.
That's the point I'm trying to make, you know, with the
Yeah.
Aussie accent. Like he goes, yeah, bloomin'. Like we don't say bloomin'. I don't know where that came from, but anyway, that's more of a British thing. But you know what? It's so damn funny. So just to finalize this review, what rating would you give this short?
Well, see, the thing is, as generous as you are about it, I really do think that this is pretty obviously sandwiched between two better cartoons. That being said, there was nothing offensive about it. It does have a little bit of that 40s Chuck Jones slowness to some of the gags. Like you can kind of see it in a couple places. I think I'll be generous and give it a 6.5.
Ooh, 6.5. See, I was going to give it a 7.
Well,
that's
you know,
just, again, I think it's fine. But
yeah,
the reason I'm giving it a 7 is because of that Aussie accent, I think.
yeah, that joke does bring it up because that's like one of the only jokes that doesn't appear in either of the other two cartoons. Awful Orphan has a similar gag, but he sends him somewhere way more abstract or something. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, we'll encounter it soon enough, but I'm sure we can also both agree that we love the elaborate opening, and with that elaborate opening, we do get a nice callback joke at the very end, and which makes it all work. Because I'm so used to the earlier shorts in the Warner Brothers history that would have these elaborate openings, stuff would happen, but then you think, well, what was the point of the opening? But in this case, they wrap it up nicely. So yeah. And speaking of wrapping up, any final thoughts?
Yeah, with this title being a reference to Annie, I kind of really quickly want to shout out my friend Tiffany, who we make fun of for having red hair. And yeah, the sun will come out tomorrow, Tiff. Anyways, I'm good.
Oh, good. All right. So, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching these reviews. Feedback is always welcome. And until next time, take care.
That's what you gotta go through to get a master?